Kurtis Connor is a successful comedian and YouTuber with over 4 million subscribers. He started his career doing open mics in college and was one of the first of his friends to take his comedy to Vine. He has a successful career in stand-up comedy and has also found success on YouTube. In a recent podcast interview, Kurtis talks about the growth of his business on YouTube over the past 10 years, the economics of touring and selling merch, and how to write a joke that makes millions of people laugh. Kurtis explains that he transitioned from Vine to YouTube after Vine shut down. He found the transition challenging at first, as he had to learn about things like thumbnails and discoverability, which were not concerns on Vine. However, he found success with commentary videos, which allowed him to express his comedic style in a longer format. Before his YouTube career took off, Kurtis worked a full-time office job at a company called Inkbox, where he was head of video content. He credits this job with teaching him about video production and what brands like to see in videos. However, he found the 9-to-5 schedule mentally draining, especially when combined with editing his own videos in the evenings. Kurtis also discusses the communal nature of Vine and how it helped him build a network of friends and collaborators. He explains that Vine was a platform where creators made videos because they loved it, not necessarily for commercial gain. This sense of community and support was a driving force behind his success on the platform. The transition from Vine to YouTube was challenging, but Kurtis found success with commentary videos. He explains that the response on YouTube was overwhelming, with videos receiving more views than he had ever experienced on Vine. This success led him to pursue YouTube full-time, eventually reaching 100,000 subscribers while still working at Inkbox. Kurtis also talks about the mental exhaustion of working a full-time job and then coming home to edit his own videos. He describes the experience as draining and difficult to maintain over the long term. This led to a pivotal moment where he scheduled a meeting with his boss and decided to quit his job to pursue YouTube full-time. Kurtis shared that he prefers scripting his videos over improvisation, as it gives him a sense of control and confidence in his content. He also discussed the pressure of scaling his team and the challenges of finding a balance between work and personal life. In terms of content creation, Kurtis aims to strike a balance between maintaining a consistent upload schedule and avoiding content overload. He acknowledged the pressure to create more content to increase revenue, but also recognized the value of scarcity in content creation. He also discussed the challenges of staying plugged into internet trends while avoiding burnout. One of the key points Kurtis discusses is the challenge of finding people to help with the business side of his work. He emphasizes the importance of trusting managers and agents, and how he relied on recommendations from friends in the industry to find the right people to work with. He also shares his experience with managing his podcast and the importance of ensuring that his team is compensated fairly. Kurtis also delves into the different facets of his business, highlighting the various revenue streams that contribute to his overall income. He discusses the significance of touring and how it can be a lucrative source of revenue for creators, especially when combined with merch sales and other revenue streams. He also touches on the impact of brand deals and AdSense on his overall income. The conversation also touches on the topic of touring and the grueling nature of balancing content creation with live shows. Kurtis shares his experience of feeling anxious and stressed while on tour, especially when trying to balance video production with live performances. He also discusses the impact of touring on his overall revenue and the trade-offs involved in prioritizing live shows over content creation. In addition to discussing the business side of his work, Kurtis also shares insights into his approach to stand-up comedy. He talks about the differences between creating content for YouTube and writing material for a stand-up special. He emphasizes the need for smart and funny jokes in stand-up, as opposed to the freedom to use editing and sound effects in YouTube videos. Kurtis also shares some personal anecdotes from his stand-up career, including a bit that didn't land well with the audience. He discusses the process of testing material and the importance of being open to rewriting or letting go of jokes that don't resonate with audiences. He then discusses the release of his first comedy special, Keep Busy, and his decision to produce it independently. He emphasizes the importance of owning his content and the freedom that comes with self-funding and producing a special. He also shares his approach to writing and testing material for the special, highlighting the process of experimenting with new material and refining it through live performances. Kurtis goes on to discusses the current landscape of content creation, expressing concern about the prevalence of a snake oil salesman mentality, particularly on platforms like YouTube and TikTok. He notes the pressure to create content that feels genuine and not driven solely by the desire for quick financial gain. Despite the challenges, Kurtis emphasizes the importance of staying true to his creative vision and making content that he is proud of. He acknowledges the pressure and self-doubt that comes with being a creator, but remains committed to producing content that resonates with his audience. The conversation also delves into Kurtis's experience with fame and the impact it has had on his life. He shares humorous anecdotes about being recognized in public and the surreal nature of being a public figure. Despite the challenges, Kurtis expresses gratitude for the support of his fans and the opportunities that have come with his success. The final topic of the conversation is the evolution of content creation and the future of the commentary genre. Kurtis discusses the trend of creators exploring new formats and branching out into different types of content. He also reflects on the potential for commentary creators to transition into traditional media, such as late-night television, and the opportunities that may arise from such shifts.